Hey, it's Nay, and welcome to Hey Nay. So, the topic for this episode is attention and dating. I think this topic is very important because I think this is very applicable to all of our relationships. So, the first questions from my Hey Nay writers is should you pay more, less, or the same amount of attention to your significant other as time progresses? Um, I think wherever you start off is fine. That's who you are. You know what I mean? So if you don't really pay too much attention, that's okay. That's who you are. That might be part of the allure. You know what I mean? That might be part of the attraction. You know what I mean? Like this person is mysterious or this person is shy, and I think that's fine. But I definitely think that as time does progress, that you do pay more attention and that you and your partner or, the person you're seeing um, frequently tend to pick up on things more. So, like, if you've been seeing each other for about 6 months, then yeah, you should know how many siblings I have, or you should know, where I live. You should definitely know my last name. Um, you should know some things I like, my age, um, you know, certain things that may bother me. Those type of things are things that should be already picked up on. And if they're not, then there's definitely an issue. Um, and that should be equal. That should be equal. That should be noticeable for for both for both people involved. So from an objective point of view, for someone who's looking at um, you. So say for instance you and your significant other, and I'm looking at you. I should be able to see that you both pay attention to each other, that you both know things about each other, that you're able to come up with these things without necessarily being prompted to. Cool. How much attention is normal for a car ride? One of the Hey riders said that they used to be with someone, um, you know, they used to be sort of dating with someone, and that person was always on their phone in the car. And I think first that's rude. Let's just be, just being on your phone the entire time you're in the car. That doesn't make sense to me. I understand being on your phone, part of the ride or on and off. I can relate to that because I kind of do that myself. Sometimes I'm on the phone because it's like the only second where I'm like I'm stopped and I can just do things. I could just text and address anyone who I needs to. So, but you have to give attention to the other people in the car. It's a confined space. It's good for private talks, intimate connections. You can be honest with someone there. You can um, relate. It's a period of connection when you're in a car ride, especially if it's like a long ride. You know what I mean? Like if it's more than a half an hour or so, then yeah, you should be able to have a decent conversation. You don't necessarily have to be on your phone the entire time. Unless you're talking about something on your phone that warrants a conversation. But I think you should be giving attention, especially if it's your partner. You know what I mean? This is time for you guys just to talk. You know what I mean? Where neither one of you can necessarily really leave. So, it kind of puts a barrier on the situation. No one can necessarily walk away, and think about that. If there's something that you want to address to your partner and you never feel like this is the right place or the right time, do it in a car ride. I think it's a great location and a great, area in order to do that. So think about that. So I guess just as long as you're being present with your partner in the car, I think that's the normal. That's normal for a car ride. Just letting them know that you're there. How would you feel if your significant other always needed to be the center of attention? Um, and what about if they never wanted any attention in a public setting? Okay, so I do have a little bit of mixed feelings towards this. So if my partner wants to be the center of attention, I am kind of okay with that. I think it depends what kind of attention we're attracting. So, if you're doing something like you're like the life of the party, then I like that. I think that's cool. um, or, you know, because of what you're wearing, you're just stunning and everyone's looking at you, then, that's okay. I don't feel like you should always have to live up to those type of, expectations, but I think to garner that type of attention is I'm okay with. I'm okay with that. But I think, if you're like drunken stupor, then that's not the type of attention that I want. Or if you're saying something that's very inappropriate, then we don't want that type of attention either. So, like, the negative attention is what I'm not with, but the center of, the positive center of attention is really good. You know what I mean? It's acknowledged, it's admirable. Sorry, and I think that's something to shine. I always say, don't hide your talent. Don't hide what makes you special. Show it. No matter no matter what anyone says. And then if the person, they don't really you didn't want any attention in public settings, they kind of shy, then respect that too. I mean, a person like me would push that person, would push my partner, maybe do something a little bit embarrassing, just to, I guess, play around with and like make her laugh or something. But I think it's okay. You just respect that. Person doesn't want to do too much attention, prefers to be, to themselves and quiet. That's fine. I think that's okay. Everything doesn't need to be out there. And I think if you remember from PDA and dating, Jordan and I were talking about that. Everything doesn't necessarily, everyone doesn't need to know everything. Everyone doesn't need to see everything. So doing things privately is totally fine. The relationship is for the two of you. It's not for everyone else. So that's cool. And that is it for attention and dating. I do want to say that please pay attention to your partner, because, or even just people in your lives, because you may not know what they may may be happening with them. And I think a lot of things are going on with a lot of people, whether it's, sneaky behavior, mental illness, things like that. I think we need to be paying attention. And something might just be bothering a person and you just don't even know because you're not paying attention. So definitely look closely at the people around you, especially because you can definitely have an impact on them. Cool. So thank you all for watching. I appreciate it, and I guess we'll wait till next time. Okay? Remember to always make sure you subscribe, by the way, because the subscription's a little, and if you don't know how to do it, you go to YouTube, you click subscribe, and that's it. You know what I mean? If you don't know how to do that, you also use your Gmail account. Your Gmail account allows you to subscribe for YouTube. Cool. Remember to always start your day off with a hey.